All right, everybody, welcome back to the Revival Podcast. I'm here with Brayden Chase. He is a closer down from the Orem office.
Yep.
That's freaking awesome, dude. Well, how long have you been with Revival?
See, I started, would have been 2024, July of 24.
Oh, shoot. So
Yeah.
you've been here for almost the beginning.
Yeah, just a little after. Yeah.
Dang. How long have you been closing for?
Let's see. So from July, so I qualified to be a closer by the end of 2024. But then for like the first half of 25, I was away at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, doing some military training for 5 months.
That's cool.
And so that kind of like postponed closing. So then I got back, spent a month just getting like, got back up to speed on setting, just make sure I'm like, okay, I still got this. And then I started closing in July of last year.
So what branch are you in?
So Army National Guard. So I'm down in the Texas Army National Guard. Joined there after college. We moved down there for a few years. Joined the National Guard while I'm there. So right now I'm a field artillery officer. Lead a platoon of guys, and we shoot rocket artillery. It's pretty sick.
Wait, that's so cool.
Yeah.
So, like, do you just, like, go up? Do you ever go up to, like, Tooele and shoot around?
So so since we're in the Texas Guard, we're actually doing a live fire at Fort Hood in June. So we're actually gonna be able to shoot rockets. I'm so excited.
That's so
It's gonna
good.
be
So
so
what do
cool.
you shoot it at? Like, is there?
It's just a like empty range. So they'll have like destroyed tanks and like vehicles out there that we'll target, and then we'll like get a grid coordinate for that. We're like, all right, let's hit that sucker.
So cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, military and also door to door.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's hard to compare the two.
Yeah.
But I'm curious what you have brought over from the military to help you stay consistent and keep at your goals for door to door.
Yeah. So what I've learned is going from like drill weekend or that long 5-month training is that I need a reset. Like I need to change my headspace because it is two very different things. Like military is super structured.
Yeah.
Right. You're told when to wake up. You're told when to stand in formation. You're told when you're going home, like what you're doing next. Whereas with door to door, it's you control your schedule. And so I always need to do something when I come back from those to change my mindset. I'm like, okay, I'm in control of my schedule now. I need to get back in that mindset and not be in the mindset of, okay, I have this schedule built out for me and I just need to go and execute that.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of a mental shift every single time I switch. But the things that I'm able to bring is just the embrace the suck. Door to door is fun, but there are definitely days that suck.
Tough.
There's days that definitely are rough. You're just getting destroyed on the doors. You're doing everything right, but people are just saying no. And so taking military side of things, like military's not always fun. You're not always shooting guns, and there's a lot of parts of it that you're like wet in a foxhole and just getting rained on, and it sucks. And so it's just I know how to get through something that sucks as hard and just enduring and just keeping at it.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably the biggest thing that I've been able to take and apply to help me be successful on the door-to-door side of things.
So the military hard has helped you get over the door-to-door hard.
Yeah.
That's interesting. So is there a habit that you did take over from the military side that you have been implementing, like having that set schedule? Is there anything specific that you use?
I think the biggest help for me is having a routine before I start every day. So it's kind of bringing that set schedule to start my day instead of just like, oh, I guess I'm going to go knock doors now. So what I do before I get out and knock every time, so I'm sitting in my car, pull up to area. First thing I do is if I haven't done a scripture study yet that day, I do my scripture study, just whether it's reading from the Bible, Book of Mormon, whatever it is, doing like 5 minutes of that. And then I have a little Chewbacca sitting on my dashboard. It's Chewbacca bobblehead. I'm a big Star Wars fan. So I'll actually pitch Chewbacca.
No way.
Yeah, so I'll do the setter pitch to Chewbacca. And then I have like a set of affirmations, like a law of attraction, things I've written down. So I'll read through that, say a prayer, and then I'm out knocking.
That's so sick.
So I do that every time I'm going out to knock.
And do you feel like that consistency has pushed you, or has there been a point where like the repetition has killed you?
I think for the most part that tells my brain like, hey, it's work time.
It's go time.
Now it's time to work. If wife texts me, someone texts me, like kind of know like, okay, like Brain's working, or I guess it's more so my brain knows I'm working right now. I will
Yeah.
get to that when I'm not talking to someone on the door or when I have a second.
It's like that signal that you do like before you go to bed. Like if
Mhm.
you shower before you go to bed, that it marks it. That's like,
Is
hey,
it
that's
bedtime?
bedtime.
Yeah.
So I find that interesting. I think it's so funny that people have those routines that instinctively it's just a trigger. It
Yeah.
just triggers on that mindset that, hey, it's
Mhm.
time to go to work. Um, I mean, you mentally prepare yourself, but do you do anything physically to prepare yourself for
Mhm.
the doors?
I think physically, like, I don't run every day, but I try and run a few times a week.
Yeah.
One thing I do, it's not so much to prepare myself physically for the doors, but it's more of like kind of like a way to just like reset and calm. So I'm getting into archery, and so I've been shooting
That's
my
so
bow, and that's just a really good like mental reset
Mm-hmm.
because with archery, like there's so many like little like if you tweak your wrist just a little bit, your arrow can go somewhere you don't want it to go.
Yeah.
And so it's just you need to spend all your energy focusing on archery. That is just hard to pay attention to anything else. So it's just good reset.
Yeah.
And so I'll try and whether it's been a long day, I'll try and get home, do that before I interact with the wife and kids. So I'm not like carrying baggage if it's been a hard day,
Sure.
or even if it's a good day. Just like that transition to I'm home now, and just being all in at father, husband role versus I'm a door knocker.
Yeah.
I think it's always good to whenever you transition to a new role, just like have something just like trigger that shift. Like I was talking about with when I go to drill weekend, like that shift is just putting on the uniform. Like when I put on the uniform, I'm like, okay, I'm Lieutenant Chase now.
Damn.
And then coming home, it's just doing those little things that trigger yourself to be like, okay, new role that I'm in right now, husband, father, employee, soldier, whatever it is, just find something to trigger that role change in your mind.
Interesting. So you're living almost, I wouldn't say separate lives, but three separate persons, basically.
I think it's I don't know if I would say like I'm three separate people because I'm trying to ever since going through the collective like been really trying to be like
yeah.
okay who's Brayden really, and just realizing that I have some different responsibilities
Yeah.
and that certain parts of me come out more in those certain responsibilities.
Absolutely.
So yeah,
That's incredible. So how many kids do you have?
3.
You have 3 kids. So
Yeah.
how old are you?
Guess.
I want to say 29.
Yeah, you nailed it. So I'll turn
Let's
30 in
go.
July. Yeah.
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, so I got 3 kiddos.
So 3 kids. What have you been able to take from door knocking from military into your family? Like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
Are you very routine in the family as well?
I being a husband, I mean my wife would be the first one to tell you there's areas I can improve.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely I would say like the priorities I have in my life is God, family, country has always been like my priority. So first
Yeah.
like taking care of myself spiritually and then being a good husband and father.
Yeah.
And I consider that like my highest role.
It's your highest calling.
Exactly. Yeah. There's one quote that when I was serving my 2-year mission, like preaching my gospel, there was a quote in there. I'm probably going to butcher it, but it went something along the lines of like, no matter what kind of success you have outside the walls of your home, it doesn't replace any type of failure within the walls of your home. And so that kind of like, even back then when I was a missionary back in 2015, wow, that's crazy, 10 years ago.
Crazy.
Kind of just not solidified, but made me realize, okay, that will always be that highest calling that I have. And so, am I the best father? No. Am I striving to be? Yes. So spending time with my kids, I've been purposely trying to set aside time to go watch their soccer games. Like I always want to be that dad where I'm able to be at their events.
Present.
I'm not missing soccer games, dance, whatever it is.
Well, it's nice, especially with Revival, we preach that freedom that we can give to a lot of our reps and our closers.
Yeah.
Do you feel like Revival has been able to do that for you?
100%. That's like one of the biggest reasons why I've probably stayed so long at Revival is just I came in, saw Landon, saw James, like Andrew, like Quentin, like all those guys that were the kind of the pillars, and saw that they were all husbands, fathers, and they were prioritizing that. I'm like, okay, like it's not like the sales bro
Oh,
culture that I despise. I came in, it was a bunch of family guys just knocking doors.
Revival's different, dude. I've been filming media for door-to-door companies for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Revival by far has been my favorite company, mainly because of the fact that it's like they fit my standards and the standards of the people that they are bringing on. And so it's like whenever they interview, whenever they go out and search for new reps, they are searching for reps that fit Revival's culture, not the sales culture, not the industry. And it's really interesting to me because it's like every person I meet here is the nicest person ever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what your beliefs are. Like they know that they're with Revival for a specific reason. I find that just I've never seen that with the door-to-door company before.
It's cool to see like the people that leave quick and the people that stay long. Like definitely the people that stay fit that culture. And you can tell like someone comes in there a little bit of that sales bro vibe and you're like, you're not going to be here long.
Yeah.
I've seen it countless times.
You could be a killer, but it doesn't matter if you don't fit the culture.
Exactly. You won't fit in, you won't stick, you won't feel like you're at home, and so just naturally you want to find something else.
Yeah. Well, dude, let's stay more into the door-to-door space. I want to know what your superpower is, dude. Like when it comes to closing, what do you feel your strength is?
I love it when I'm in a home and I find out the person I'm talking to is a veteran.
Oh, relatability.
Game over. Like I'm getting that close. The self-gen I had on Saturday, Air Force vet. So I can countless times where even at a setting, like if I see like a Marine Corps flag or a U.S. Army, whatever branch of military it is, like I see that, I know I'm at least getting a set. And then when I'm closing it, like I consider those very high likelihood that I'm getting that close when I find out that they're a vet.
Yeah. So is that like I don't want to call it a pride thing, but is that like a pride or like a trust thing? Like anybody in the military trusts anybody in the military?
There's a certain degree of trust there for sure because they know they're part of the 1% of America that chooses to serve in that capacity, and so there's definitely like if I'm meeting you for the first time and I find out you were in the service for however long, doesn't really matter. Just if you were in the service and you made that choice, there's instantly a connection there, a level of trust there that we would have if we're for the first time I'm meeting you and you're just I was going to join, but there's definitely a level of trust there when I'm meeting a veteran.
Would you say it's also like even people who aren't veterans but are prideful of their country? Do you feel like that's a big strong one too when you bring up the fact that you're in the military and people are like, okay, I like this guy?
Yeah, I've definitely had deals that I've closed because they find out like I kind of play as an ace and they're like, oh, this guy's in the military, we like him, I'm gonna help him out. Yeah. And so I definitely have closed deals that are like that as well, or set appointments that like that as well.
It's so funny to me. I feel like relatability is one of the biggest sales points in anybody's like tool belt. Yeah. I mean, if you're a skater and you meet another skater, like odds are you just went up 75% basically on being able to set and sell.
There's a level of connection there that people outside of that, they don't know you, right? Like no matter what, like I could, like my wife, for example, right? Super close, but as much as I tell her about the stuff I do in the Army, she'll never fully understand it unless I'm chatting with someone who's done it. And that's the same thing with any type of hobby. Yeah. It could be your wife. Are you a skater?
I'm not a skater.
No, okay.
I don't know why I brought up skating, but
but even skating, like if your wife or someone, your sibling, your parents don't skate, they can watch it, but they'll never fully understand it unless they're actually doing it.
Well, what's funny is my mom actually, and hopefully I bleep this out because it's a company that is in Revival, but my mom actually works for Vivint. Okay. And we're all from New York. You mentioned right before he walked in that I'm a Mets fan. So majority of my family grew up from New York. And every time she's on the call in Vivint, every time she's on a call and she sees that it's a New York number or someone mentions that they're from New York, she has full confidence that she will make the close of the set because she will bring up the fact that, hey, I'm from New York too. Let me tell you why you should buy Vivint. And she always leads with the same question too, which is really funny. She finds out that they're from New York and then she says, Mets or Yankees. And majority of the time she'll like even if they say Yankees, which can't stand Yankees. Yeah. Even if they say Yankees, she's like she'll give them like guff for it and like tease them about it, but somehow make the conversation more about or make the conversation more a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's funny because it's like then you're no longer a salesman.
Mm-hmm.
You are their friend. You are connected with
Yeah.
them.
You've built that rapport, that common ground, and you're good to go at that point.
Dang.
Yeah.
So being with the company
Mm-hmm.
for a long time, you've been here for 2 years now.
Yeah,
Basically
almost 2 years. Yeah.
What would you say has kept you with Revival for that long?
I'd say it's my coworkers have become friends.
Yeah.
I before working at Revival, we were down in Texas. Super cool company. It was a power sports company. So they were manufacturing like snowmobiles, jet skis, ATVs, side by sides, and
Mm-hmm.
I was doing some cool stuff on their watercraft side of things. But just in the cubicle all day, my coworkers were just coworkers. I didn't feel like I had any type of friendship or connection with them, and it was miserable. I did not enjoy my day to day. But coming here, just from the get go, people were investing in me.
Mm-hmm.
I was investing in the company and just immediately felt like there was friendships and connections there.
Yeah.
And that's what's kept me. Is one it's the paycheck's nice, but two, which is more important to me, is those connections that I have when I come to work. I'm able to go out and shadow a setter who's a friend of mine, not just someone I'm trying to help professionally.
Brings you back to like the missionary days where you were walking with a buddy.
Yes, exactly. It's just you're out working with friends.
Well, dude, who would you shout out that is your friend here that you just feel that connection with? Is there anybody?
Andrew, for sure. Andrew Winnie, yeah.
Dude, he's a legend.
He is awesome. I was shadowing him back in December of 2024 when I was first learning how to be a closer, and and ever since, like, he's just been a really good friend, pushing me to be better, calling me out when I'm slacking to help me be better.
Yeah.
But just on the personal side of things too, like, he's helped me through some difficult spots, just in life, both on military and work side of things, and family side of things. Like, I consider him a really good friend. He's an excellent coach, great mentor, great boss, but ultimately a good friend.
So is he the one who introduced you to the collective?
There are tons of people at Revival. I feel like collective is like part of Revival.
Yeah.
So, Andrew, James, Landon, basically everyone that's done it at Revival, I've kind of had a little conversation with at some point, and just divine intervention made it so that I could go and do it, and it was well worth it. It was awesome.
I love it. So what group were you in?
CG5.
CG5. Okay. Yeah. I filmed CG2 and CG3.
Okay, cool.
And what's funny is that's where I kind of crossed paths with Landon, but never really met him.
Okay.
And then like months later, found the Indeed
application.
Like, oh, hey. I was like, I had no idea who it was. I walk in and I saw a collective hat, and I'm like,
I got this job.
and that's basically like kind of the connection with the military. I saw CG and I was like, by the way, I filmed for the collective twice. And it worked out really well, cool. And I feel like I fit in pretty well with the group here, but it's been a lot of fun. Well, I feel like we're coming to a close. We're coming to a little bit of an end. But is there any last-minute thing or anything that you wish you could teach the people here at Revival, or some knowledge that you feel you could give to help close this out?
I was thinking a little bit about this, and I was thinking back to my first days at Revival, and like just I was recovering financially from some stuff, and I was super locked in, like showing up an hour early, working an hour late. But the one piece of advice that I would have given myself back then is just trust the process.
Yeah.
Like, there was a few days, or it's probably like a week and a half in. I think it was like my first or second Saturday, where I was just like, am I going to hit the amount that I need to stay? That kind of told myself, if I hit this, I'll stay.
Yeah.
And so if anything, is just trust the process, as long as you're putting in the work in order to get those results. Yeah. If you're putting in the work, you're going to get paychecks that make you smile. If you're not, you won't have those smiles when you see a paycheck.
Yeah.
So
awesome, dude. Well, Brayden, I think this is a dope podcast. I love having anybody here at the podcast studio because it's fun to hear their stories, to pick their brains. But a lot of the time, the focus is always door to door in sales.
Yeah.
And you've helped expand that from your military experience, your family experience, and door to door as well.
Yeah.
So, dude, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Appreciate it.